Welcome to day 9. Yesterday we failed to ship before midnight. Today we spin the forfeit wheel. Do we just go ahead and spin it now? We ended up with 50 ideas. This I would pay for. So this UI is looking nice. I'm feeling pretty calm and composed. It is always a scramble, this bit, isn't it? This is pathetic.
This challenge is getting to me, to be honest.
And before we spin the wheel, if you're new to this series, every day we are building and shipping an app to production before the clock hits midnight. If we fail, like we did yesterday, then we spin the forfeit wheel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And if you're new here, be sure to check out all the other videos we did. Okay, so here we have the wheel. And this is our V1 of the forfeit. So we got Huel for the day, which means I'm only allowed to drink a meal replacement shake all day. Treadmill whilst I ship. This means whilst I'm shipping this next product, I'm going to be walking the whole time. Last one, buzz cut. You know what that means. A little bit of this. Okay, do we just go ahead and spin it now? I guess. I'm a bit nervous. Let's go. Okay, Huel for the day, Huel for the day. My hair flushed before my eyes there. I don't know why I'm celebrating like that, but we actually just got some shopping groceries delivered, and I was gonna have some eggs and bacon for lunch, but looks like now I'm not. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it. I'm a big food guy. This is what I'm saying. This is what I've just literally come out to. And I can't have any of it. I mean, look, I got some nice curry here. A nice katsu curry for dinner, but not tonight. Right, I worked out that I need to have 7 of these today. What do you think about that? 1. 14 scoops. Obviously I'm gonna get in the creatine as well. Need the creatine to ship. So if you are interested, Plenty blends up a bit better than Huel. I've got my stripes in the Huel game, but I'd much rather scrambled eggs and smoked salmon for lunch, to be honest with you. So that's tough. I guess the good thing is it's good for the shipping challenge, right? Saving a bunch of time. So maybe there's something here. Maybe there's something here for the shippers, you know? Okay, lunch is served. Let's get a little shot of that. Alright, so I think we're allowed a bit of coffee, so we're just getting a bit of sunlight, getting ready for the ship for the day. I don't know what idea we're going for just yet, but it will come to us. I think I actually want to map out some of my ideas because I've got a bunch of them, so let's do that. It's depressing already. I'm only on the first drink. But anyway, back to business now. Let's focus on day 8. So I think one of the things I want to do is actually take half hour, an hour, just to do a bit of a brain dump of all the ideas and things that I've got, not only before this challenge started, but as we've gone on. I thought that as we moved through this challenge, I'd be able to make a bit of a dent in my ideas list, but as I've been building more, the ideas have been growing. So there is an interesting lesson there. It doesn't make my choice of what to build today any easier. So maybe by doing that as well, we can have a bit more of a roadmap as we go through the challenge and can start to stitch together maybe a bit of a theme or something. Okay, look, we sat down, so we thought we'd boil things down for a bit of clarity. We ended up with 50 ideas and we haven't even gone through my Twitter bookmarks, and I know there's about 10 to 20 good ideas there as well. So has that helped us out? Yeah, it has, because there's some good stuff in there. I'll admit it, I've been on the Rick Rubin recently, and what does Rick Rubin say we should do when we just don't know what to build? So let's ask some LLMs what it would say. What does Rick Rubin say? How to know what to create if you have so many ideas? We'll ship it off to Claude as well. Follow your excitement. What am I excited? Act on the idea. I think we're applying a lot of these principles in this challenge in itself. And so I think what I'm going to do is go through and filter out all those ideas I've got. I'm going to have 3 main things to filter them by. 1 is excitement. Am I excited to build this thing? 2, is it something that I'd actually use myself that solves my own problem? 3, is there willingness to pay? And maybe some other filters, but I think what we'll do then, and then we'll boil it down. Next time you see me, we'll know what we're building today. Alright, fairly productive session, maybe causing more confusion and procrastination than we gain, but we move. Anyway, before we get into today's product, I tweeted about a vibe code question. Shadcien, Tailwind, Tweaksien. It's an insane combo when it works, but when it works being the key here. Why do I have to wrestle with seemingly every project and constantly running into debugging? So the guy from Tweaksien who works at Huel got back to me and he basically told me to check out Better T-Stack. Better Tech Stack. Bit of a weird name. Personally, I used to like Next.js, Tailwind v4, Shad. Sounds about right. For Tweaksien, you can create a theme and run the command section after initializing Shadcien. Okay, so let's give that a go for our project today, and then we can get into the meat and potatoes of the video. So, roll your own stack. Stack builder. Interactive. Okay, Next.js. And they've got these little pre-built... Oh, I love convex. I love convex. Next.js, convex. This is nice as well. So, I do want to ship a mobile app, and maybe a few of them this project. I've been using my golf stats app. I used it recently. I know I shouldn't be out playing, but got to have a little break. And it's bloody good. Like, it's actually good. And it would be cool if it was a native app. We've got a few sign-ups as well, so maybe it would be good to get a bit of feedback and stuff from people. So what else? Better authors default here. I have used Clerk and it was pretty good. Okay, I just realised the screen was being covered by this camera. So anyway, basically what this is, you can go through and do your own config. We're going to use convex, and then we went through these. The only thing I didn't really know about was bun, so we'll try that out. And then set to false, I guess we'll set that up with convex. And I also liked how you could do the native React Native, because I do want to do some mobile apps as we go. So that might be a little teaser for where we're going today, and let's try that. Maybe we'll try and install this bun thing first, and I do think that let's try warp as well. Let's try warp. Okay, so we're gonna install bun. So what warp is like an AI terminal, so for some things like this it should be pretty good. And maybe we'll try Claude Code from here, but I don't know if that's pointless. So how do I run stuff here? Run. You still run CLI? Okay, I don't know what that is. Stop. Let's restart this. Let me actually just watch a quick... I don't know. We're not going to mess with that today. Maybe another time. I like Ghostly for Claude Code. So let's make a new directory. And then give this a spin. So we'll CD into here. Let's check we're recording. Yep. And then we'll try this guy like so. Do we have Shadcien in there is what I'm wondering. No. Okay, so now we'll CD into the actual thing. CD. So now we've done that. So what's that actually done here then? Better stack. Next steps. Yep, CD organic thumbnails. Bun run dev setup. Okay, let's do that. And let's maybe set out Claude here. Okay, so now it's going to take us through create new project. Organic thumbnail. Cloud deployment. Cool. Create a new convex. Okay, very nice. Copy environmental from Vue's backend. Okay, so we've done copy the environment variables over. We've done bun dev. Your project will be available there, apparently. Is this actually going to work? Wow, okay. Look at that. It did work. And then we'll do that. Update dependencies. Don't know if we need to... Okay, we've done that. Updated dependencies. To-dos. Guess what last thing we need to do is... Oh, here we go. That's cool. We've got this little joy. And remember, what we're trying to do here is find just the easiest way to get up and running. So this has been very good. Give it a go yourself. Just remember those environment variables to copy them over and follow these steps. So what you want to do is basically open the projects in Cursor and then just get an understanding of how the project is laid out, and then you'll be pretty much good to go. Last thing is to install Shadcien, which really is what we have the beef with, isn't it? Okay, apparently we do have it. Yes, Shadcien UI is installed, the core Shadcien dependencies. Okay, well, in that case, we're golden. To be honest, I think I'm feeling this forfeit because I'm getting pretty hungry, I'm getting pretty hangry. I'm feeling a bit distracted, not super focused. So we're gone for the triple scoop for our afternoon snack. Cheers. That's thick. That's thick. Yo. Look, we've been struggling to lock in. So we're about to do a deep power hour. We're going to get our basic flow out that's going to deliver the value and hopefully replicate and improve on how I currently do this process. So I'll check back in very soon. Okay, so Claude has finished ripping through that plan. Again, have a good plan and you'll be shocked about how good your results can be. Same with all tools, Cursor, Lovable, Claude, whatever. The better the plan, the better the context, the better the understanding the LLM has, the better your results are going to be out the gate, and you'll spend less time spinning your wheels like we did yesterday. Meanwhile, we're about to check out what it's done. It might be completely broken. I could go back on everything I just said, but I'm hoping that it's going to work well. In the meantime, I've been brainstorming with Claude about the bigger package, because right now on Claude, we're just getting that thumbnail generation working. So this is my system that I'm explaining here. Let me move this. So my system is, I generate an organic thumbnail that looks like me, that looks authentic, because people don't want to click on like silly AI thumbnails. Maybe it's good for MrBeast, but not so much for me. Second of all, so I get the thumbnail and I bring it into Figma, and then I have to think about a bunch of different text overlays, or I'll use Claude and then manually make the overlays, make the thumbnails. And then once that's done, I make a bunch of different titles, but then maybe I'll swap them sometimes. I can't see them all in one place. So I think the value of this tool is actually showing it in that YouTube context, showing it what it would look like on the homepage, and showing them a bunch of different options that have actually been thought of by a super strong LLM like Claude Sonnet. And Claude Sonnet can actually say, hey, here's the top 3 and why I think they're the top 3. So we can almost give them a bit of a ranking. Scope is increasing here, yes, I know, but I think it's pretty clean cut. The beautiful thing here is this is my flow. I'm automating my flow. Other people have different flows, yes, but what we can do is do this and then see, is there interest that other people want to also generate this kind of full packaging flow, and then from there we can build up again. We're experimenting with MVPs that are actually valuable, that are actually solving problems, not like the logo generator yesterday. We don't want to ship something that's just like some BS thumbnail generator. I don't think there's value in that. I think there is value. This I would pay for, because it would save me time every day, and it would potentially increase my views. Okay, let's try out this guy. So we'll first off drop an image in at 2 seconds. Right, let's drop that holiday pick in, choose a preset. So I don't know if this is going to take it too far, like in a bit of a crazy way, but let's see. Let's just check if it's working, and the answer is no, it's not working. Maybe it's not being able to pass the image correctly, but that's fine. And here is the flow that we do. Cool, looking good, but not working. Pasting both. Errors. It should have access to that, to be fair, but you're creating curiosity packages. Yes, Claude, we are. Okay, I like it. I like it. I'm looking at the error. Cool. Try uploading again. So let's see if we get an image. No, we don't. Again. Okay. So we just drop that in now. We've got less patience. We're close. I can see we're close. Always feels to me like when we get in our app to connect with an API, it's like the Eurotunnel, when the France and English met in the middle. They connected both lands. That is exactly what this is like. The same level of innovation. And there we have it, folks. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Oh no. This is the game. This is the game, guys. Third time a charm. But for real, this is vibe coding. This is just how it is. You always run into this like repeated error thing. It's just, you get better at, the errors get less bad. You allow the LLM to handle it better. Traditionally engineers will maybe, they'll spend a lot more time, so perhaps they wouldn't run into as many or any errors, but they will always run into errors. But then they'll traditionally go and look at Stack Overflow, figure out what's going on, and they'd have a better understanding of what the problem is. For us, vibe coders, this is what we're doing. Oh no, now it's working. So I did spend way too much time getting all this stuff set up earlier, but hopefully it means we can actually put a paywall up, because we are using an expensive model. Expensive, 4 cents an image, it's not that expensive, but hopefully a lot of people use it, and we don't really want a huge replicate bill, even though it's a good problem to have. But here we have it, thumbnail generated. I think that has actually, yeah, it has, because it's made up this little balcony bit. So we have contact. That is wicked. Let's make it so viral shot. So let's try that. I was trying to say, is that the exact same photo? Like this. Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool. This model is sick. Like, it's really impressive. This image, this has added a few years to me. Maybe this is what I'm going to look like after the challenge, but all right, cool. Shadcn components is clean, it's fine, it's good. I'm happy with where we're at. So now, cool, good work, all working. Can you update the plan? So now I'm asking it to take stock of where we're at, how it's working, the user journey, and then we can start combining that with our additions. Because right now, yeah, sure, we could just ship this and say, hey, we shipped a YouTube thumbnail generator. I'll see you tomorrow. We don't settle for that on this channel. We push. Maybe I should drop a little teaser tomorrow. Teaser on Twitter with this thumbnail and say, yo, can't wait to drop this video tomorrow. And you know what's funny? People still say, oh, if you ship dark mode or light mode, you ship too late. But like, all these sites come with it built in now. So I think that's a bit of an outdated advice. You're aging yourself if you're saying that sort of stuff now. So I think just using Claude to create MDs is so good for understanding context yourself, but also giving context around. And just having that check mark, I think there'd be a really good like MCP or Claude Code add-on that would just automatically do that and keep everything up to date. There are some tools out there for that. They're just buried in some like gnarly engineers stack. So now I'm saying, how can we start to bring in our vision here? Give me some phased approaches we can tackle this in. Don't give me code, give me phase plans with user journey, UI map with CN, go for it. I'd say you could give us options, but let's just see what it does. Let's trust it. You know what'd be fun one day is to just give Claude 4 one opus. Free reign. So, yo, it's a challenge. We're on day 12. What do you want to build, man? Okay, you want to build that? Okay, how should we do this? How should we do that? And just let it have its fun. Has it done that before? Has anyone done that properly? We should still say, it needs to solve a problem, should aim for product market fit, should have a willingness to pay. That would be a cool video. I was going to make it forfeit, but it's not really a forfeit, is it? Oh, the AI controls the build. Oh, it's fun. It's so funny when it says like week 4. Like, come on, man. Week 5. Imagine if we'd still be working on this in 5 weeks. We'd have 20 more apps by then. Okay, so it's very generously given us different phases here. So now I've asked it for a high-level overview of the vision and value of the app and the user journey, both from the perspective of the user coming, like what do they do, and then what does our app do in that user flow, and the core problem we're solving. Just so now I'm going to go back to Claude and I'm going to compact it. It will probably push to GitHub as well. I keep getting this with Claude at the moment. Super annoying. So we'll compact that and then we'll do a phase 2 big plan, and then it can chug through that. Hopefully we'll be in a good spot. I do actually need to add in Open Router as well so it can speak to Claude. And what you might notice here is that I'm not actually going through this plan step by step. I've given it the context. I've chatted at a high level with it. So I'm trusting it. Okay, a bit blindly, yeah, because obviously time is of the essence. If you do good planning, give good context, allow it to understand what the value is and what we're trying to do, it can do a very good job of doing everything. And if you combine that with the tech stack like Convex, where things can just work and you're not running into constant tech problems, give it a ultra think. Let's make sure we nail this so my YouTube flow can be massively improved. Thanks, man. You could see I just throw in random prompt improvement stuff. If it works or not, I don't know. They say to treat an AI like a super genius employee that has constantly forgets stuff. If you speak to someone on your team at work, you want to explain why they're doing something. So for this, hey, we're doing all this so YouTube game, you're going to help people create much better YouTube videos and all that. I don't know. It's a nice thought that maybe it does something, maybe not. Who knows? Okay, so here we have phase 2. So all good. Let's ask it how it's feeling about this canvas thing. Be honest. Don't want it to just say, oh yeah, you're right, let's do something simpler. Because I think canvas would allow the user to move it around if they wanted. So I'm saying add this into the plan, this complexity, but you can see how going back and forth helps maybe catch this sort of stuff. So funny, isn't it, how Claude says this is 5 weeks worth of work and we smash it out in a couple of hours. 5 to 10 minutes in this case. And we'll see though, maybe that's famous last words. Okay. Don't mind that over there on the left, that's Claude saying we're overcomplicating it. No, of course not. Let's rip this plan and good luck, have fun, give it your best shot, update the plan in doc as you go. All the best. Let's go and have our dinner, which is a Huel. Unfortunately, I'd love to tuck into a nice salmon or something. Yeah, this forfeit has actually generally been a bit of a pain. Especially I went to Sainsbury's earlier and just had to walk around and look at all the food. Yo, welcome to the night shift. It's 8:30 and we are keeping on trucking. And Nano Banana did launch today actually. So maybe we should try that out. I don't want to mess with that now because I feel like we could run into some issues, but I think the model will be super strong. Is it on Gemini? And what? I do actually have a bunch of Gemini credits from when I won the Google Hackathon, just slipping that one in there. Little humble brag. Google's API though is such a bit of a mess. Yeah, it looks nuts, to be fair. And this is what's cool about just building, like, new stuff's constantly coming out, so always new things to build with. The other thing to note as well is there's that notion that build the tools, that as the AI models get better, the tools get better and better. So imagine if we built a thumbnail maker 2 years ago, and then each time the image models get better, we're plugging in new models. Pretty smart way to think about stuff. Anyway, let's check back on our good friend here. Phase 2 complete. Canvas text overlay, AI title generator, YouTube preview, package export, complete integration. Let me bring that over here. So it looks like we had a pretty good... Let me add that API key in, and then we'll give it a spin. Yeah, I don't know if we were recording there, but that is pretty much a pretty good idea. Pretty good, like, first draft, I think. So we got hidden domain tricks 99%, the domain secret that made domain experts. Nice. That is cool. I like it. And then if we export that, it's going to export with text as well, which is pretty sick, to be fair. I like it. Cool. So I think what I'd like to do now is have that a bit more like a YouTube style thumbnail. Okay, let's see it cook in real time now. Here I think we should add, do you have title ideas already? Title/thumbnail. Nice. That is looking good. Remove the CTR logo stat thing. Thumbnail. Nice. Remove the hover states and the blue border. Sweet. Alright, so this UI is looking nice. So we could do a bit more spacing here. I don't know what I haven't actually done any prompts for the actual thumbnail yet, but we're just compacting this combo. So that's the prompt that it's using, whereas I before was just using super basic prompts. It's crazy that I'm actually going back to, I feel like the text on the videos. Cool, so here you can see I'm just shooting from the hip with the prompts, and I think because there's small changes we don't need to like rigorously plan. We're just tweaking now, vibe tweaking. I'm feeling pretty calm and composed. Time is moving, but here's the thing. Compared to yesterday, I've done this process before manually. I know it's possible. I know the image can do it. I know we can generate the text. It's just about putting them together in a nice way. And in theory, we're very close to shipping. So we just want to polish things up a bit. We do need to get payments in. That's my only risk right now. That's the only big unknown. So we'll keep you posted. Okay, so it's working. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. What we've got now is you get to this page. So you choose your winning combination. The only thing here is just a bit of like too much happening all at once. So I think what I'm going to try is maybe you first of all pick the thumbnail first and then you pick the combination. So rather than like having a few different variations. It's funny, the rucksack. Whilst you do that, can you give the top of the page and lay out a bit better spacing? Looks all pretty cramped. Honestly, spacing is such like an underrated design thing. Bad spacing, too tight spacing, everything too cramped can make a design look super amateur. Let the games begin. Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Meanwhile, let's give this... Oh, come on. Set up billing and start earning revenue. Create plans and tone. Is this with Stripe? Clerk billing. Is clerk billing Stripe? Hey, everybody. Create plan. Pro plan. Description. Features. Hold on. Add feature. New feature. Key. Generation. Create feature. And we used awesome last night, so I assume this is their similar vibe. And do we say how many they're allowed? Save. Plan ID. Enable billing. Billing is enabled. Next. Oh, come on. Get this sorted. This looks promising, though, this clerk thing. Okay, why don't we get, in the meantime, why is it this time of night? Claude seems to grind to a halt. Or is there way more? So basically just giving it some of the docs, some of our plans and stuff that we got here. And I'm saying come up with a plan. Apparently this should be working now. Okay, so let's try this new-ish flow. Authentic domain name. If you don't have a .com, you are not going to make it. Building a domain finder app. So this should generate 3 options to begin with. Okay, cool. Okay, nice. So we'll go here and pick this one. And then it's going to generate again. And then it's going to give me 6 more options. Nice, the truth. It worked. Day 30 results. Okay, based on my analysis, is a comprehensive. You know what's funny about this sort of time? It's 9:57. Doesn't seem that late, does it? But 10 p.m. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're gonna start winding down. We're in the downhill there. Once you're at 10, you're basically 11, which is basically the deadline. So, deadline's looming. Let's get this shipped. Payment was successful. Okay, very nice. Manage account, billing. Wow, that is flipping nice. I tell you what, that is flipping nice. Switch to this. Oh, there we go. 0 this month. So what happens if I try and do it now? It's not gonna work. So what happens if they sign up as a free user? Get started free. Continue. Nice. We got free this month. Very nice. So let's drag in an image. This one here. Happy. But let's do we're confused. I don't know what to ship. Finding ideas about what to ship. Generate 3 thumbnail options. Come on, let's cook. It does take a moment. Oh, this is still doing shit. Don't know, it was doing some code change. Let's see if it went through. Just puts me in a room. Kind of weird, but how is that the same room? Doesn't look like the same room to me, does it? Maybe we should say make this person in the same scene. Oh, add that image in there. That is pretty cool. In a similar but slightly different scene, wearing slightly different clothing. And this model is bloody good, isn't it? The thing is, it's just taking the same. Maybe I could make it so they can put in the prompt. Anyway, let's try. Let's get this ready for deployment then.
Alex from the future here. This is the point of the video where we thought we'll just get a simple deployment out. We'll just tweak a few things, do our checklist for deployment. We entered a bit of a scramble here. So hold on tight because it was a rough evening.
It is always a scramble, this bit, isn't it? Okay, so I think what might have happened is that we haven't pushed the new clerk stuff to convex, I hope. This is why having flipping context is so... Just not having the right context, and LLMs can just send you down the rabbit hole. Okay, here we go. Get started. I'm signed in. Surely not back-to-back failures. No way. Pricing. That should work then. Okay, so look, here it is on local. We're so close. We've got 20 minutes. Let's just do this. Can't wait for deployment. Let's upgrade here. Subscribe. Cool. We did that. Let's see if we can strip out all the autumn payments just so we get it live, so we don't have to forfeit. This is such a piss take. I might go and join a payments company because this is pathetic. Well, I think the problem is that I do it right at the end of the day thinking, oh, today will be simple. 3 thumbnails for everyone. So annoying, man. I can't ship a paywall. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's not that I can't ship a paywall. I've shipped paywalls before. It's just messing with all these different providers and then trying to ship right at the last minute is just not working. Especially like I'm using clerk. Like, to be honest, it's a bit dumb. Sorry, it's dumb that I'm using convex because that's just creating complications. If I just had for sale Superbase clerk, I'm sure this would be so much easier. So really, it's probably on me. Well, at least we're not going to forfeit and still get it out there for people to use. And it is what it is. Just gonna let that chug away. Okay, it's approaching the end of the day. Please don't make me do forfeit tomorrow. Thing is, I haven't even tested the actual image generation in a while. Oh, dude. It would have been quicker to actually make an XJS app and just take the code. And it doesn't help that Claude is like stalls at this time. One last shot at trying to get this to work. Let's see if this builds. If this goes green, we might actually not have to potentially shave our head tomorrow. I'll see it when I believe it. I believe it when I see it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Please work. I haven't actually tested it. We've got one. It's working here. Might be a caching thing. No, I think we're cooked. Doesn't feel like a fair out, but for fuck's sake, I'm pissed off tonight, dude. This will be a last push. If this doesn't work, then I guess we're spinning the wheel again tomorrow. Can't even see what this error is. At least tell me what's going on. Well, it's not a success, is it? Maybe we're just not set up with the image on prod. One last try. It's midnight. This is the last push. So if this goes out, we'll consider it a dub. But I don't think it's going to build. Not to mention I'm starving right now because I haven't eaten today. Right, we'll try again tomorrow.
So annoying to fail again, man. I gave myself a bunch of time to get that deployment out as well, but I don't know, maybe I need to stop using convex. I didn't really need to use convex air, did I? Had to get a bit of fresh air after that. But to be honest, right now, barely eating today from this Forfeit, and I've built a gap there. It was all ready, and I just completely fall on my face at the last hurdle. This challenge is getting to me, to be honest. Thought I'd be alright, but you know, I can build this stuff. I can build things quickly. It's just that sort of stuff that's just absolutely getting to me. Pair that with the start of the days with the video editing. Kind of pinch from both sides. The building part isn't even the top of it. Well, maybe we'll be saying goodbye to this tomorrow anyway. We need to sort out and use the way to do the billing and auth. Remember Slack, the old no-code authentication. Maybe I'm looking at you guys to come through here, because this is pain, and imagine all the pain that all the people who are getting into Vibe Code are going to be going through this every time. Like that is not a good solution. Someone needs to figure this out. I saw Superbase to strive for doing something, so maybe that. I think in the next project, I'm just going to try and do a super simple setup. Nothing fancy. I'll catch you tomorrow.